Hello, 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 one and all. Another moment, another time, yes, to take care of yourselves. And have you noticed that as we talk about more of the philosophy of yoga, it's all about taking care, our self-care, our care of others as well, how you treat yourself, how you treat others, how you are in the world, are your thoughts, are they healthy, are they not? Yeah, taking care. So this is a whole way, as you know, just not an exercise system. Although there's nothing wrong in just thinking of it as that way, of practicing the yoga way, just as an exercise system. Absolutely. There are some that just practice more of the philosophy of it and how they treat themselves and how they treat others, and they are service. They are a service to the world. When I took some workshops at Mount Madonna Center up in Watsonville, California, there were some in this yoga community that lived there on this mountain, just beautiful, overlooking Monterey Bay. If you ever need a retreat for yourself and maybe again a yoga experience, they have many different classes offered, workshops offered, or you can take your own personal retreat. It's beautiful. Thank you for reminding me how beautiful it is too. But there were people there, yogis, if you will, and they provided service. They were the ones that planted the garden. They grew their own vegetables. They grew their own food. They were the ones that would cook. Not necessarily practicing the yoga postures per se. Their yoga was of service. Yeah, they practiced a little bit. Don't worry. Speaking of the 8 limbs, but it was more of the yoga of service for them. So again, thank you for being here. I would say make sure your space is open, clear, and not going to knock anything over. You might just start seated a little bit. I'm going to, speaking of the philosophy of the yoga, go over just briefly the niyamas today. Niyamas are usually, again, ethical precepts that you're more giving to yourself. The yamas, I think, are both, but usually they say how you treat others and how you live, being truthful and non-harmful, but also for yourself too, be truthful to yourself. And everything in moderation, as we talked about last week, being truthful, non-harming, everything in moderation, not to steal, taking other people's not only property, but other people's ideas, and not to take more than you need. So today, the niyamas, the second limb of the 8-limbed yoga. Again, very meaningful. How you live your life. And everything, as I went over and also reminded myself and read different translations, I'm reminded everything is to be mindful, to slow down, to breathe. And here we are with the niyamas, and here we are in the yoga practice to bring more health to our bodies, our minds, our spirits, more balance, well-being. Well-being, I guess, incorporates it all, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all aspects of our life to come back to a balance. And so we slow down and we listen. The first niyama is of cleanliness. And didn't I just say, make sure your space is okay and you don't have something, well, I meant to say that you're not going to knock over or anything, but, and I've mentioned earlier in our classes too, to make sure it's clean, if you will, and orderly. Cleanliness. The first niyama is of cleanliness. And yes, of course, being clean, cleanliness, clean. but also orderly. And it's so easy to get everything cluttered and not, and but yes, hopefully, speaking of cleaning, we take our showers and cleanse ourselves and brush our teeth, of course, and things like that. And also in our environment to be of cleanliness and orderly. As I'm looking around my house, yeah, orderly, that's a good that's a good thing too. But also cleanliness of your thoughts, your mind. Yeah, are your thoughts, are they negative thoughts? Are they all just looking at the bad, more or less, or it's not going well? Or can you be mindful and listen, reflect? Yeah, that's coming up in the fourth niyama. But yeah, is there room for more goodness and light and energy to come forth to release the negativity, in our bodies, in our minds, in our thoughts, in our deeds? Yeah. So that kind of reminds me of kind of like non-harming the first yama as well. So they do overlap. All of these do. So being mindful, notice when there is more negativity being focused in on, and then we can slow down, breathe. The breath alone cleanses, doesn't it? We've been practicing cleanliness, the first niyama, from day one. Cleansing our spinal twists, cleanse internal organs, just the breath alone. Absolutely. So we take it into our practice, we take it into our everyday lives. And the second niyama is of contentment. Yeah, being happy with what you have. Yeah, being grateful of all the good in your life. Because sometimes, again, as I just mentioned, we focus on what's not good, on the negative. Yeah, so this is being content. How nice. Yes, you might not do the full shoulder stand, but you might do reverse posture. Or maybe you can just do the leg shuffle, and to be okay, with that, and to be mindful of the moment, and enjoy what it is. And again, let go of maybe the outcome, or let go of those struggled of attachments. It's okay. It's okay to be accepting of this very moment. And when you are, take a deep breath even now and be in this moment. Yeah, it's all okay. So contentment, being in gratitude. And speaking of gratitude, our last module is the attitude of gratitude, our module 10. So yeah, but even now, when you put your attention on, energy flows. So more of the goodness will come when you focus in on the good and being content with what we have. Many blessings, sometimes more than we realize. So we focus on being okay in the moment. And the third niyama is of self-discipline, tapas, as it's called in Sanskrit. Tapas, it literally translates as fire. And when I hear that, I think of the discipline, the dedication, the determination. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's a little quote sometimes used for the third niyama. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yes, you can do this. Yes, your major is such and such. And yes, you can do all those wonderful courses to lead up to that major. Yes, you have the discipline. You can do this. Absolutely. You have what it takes to complete your path. It's a commitment to your path. So in the tapas, we also, in our yoga practice, we use the right effort. Again, being okay with what is. We're not going to use too much or too little. Speaking of the yama of everything in moderation, but we're mindful. We go again where our bodies are ready to do, and we continue with that dedication and that discipline And then we have self-reflection, the fourth niyama. We've been reflecting since day one, haven't we? And also, every 2 weeks, your self-reflection's there. Taking the time to say, giving yourself that self-study, the time and the space to say, how are things going? And connecting then to your truth. Yes, following and having the discipline to follow your path. And yes, following that with truthfulness. Yeah, pausing, reflecting. How is it all going for you? Yeah. And then we learn from that space in between the breaths. Sometimes we pause between the breaths and we feel the space there. We pause sometimes after postures to feel, oh yeah, that feels better on one side or the other. We reflect and we listen and we learn from these moments in time to reflect. And then the fifth, a little higher on the vibrational scale, kind of like those seventh chakra. This is where we align, we surrender. It's kind of like a surrendering of all your tensions at the end of our practice. Yeah, releasing at the deepest level so we can align more with our higher purpose, our higher values, our truth. We're aligned. We are surrendering we're surrendering like our little ego, to our higher values, to the divine, to nature, to the universal consciousness. It could have many names to it, but I'm just saying in general to a higher purpose, meaning, of more love. Yeah. So the surrendering is again of negativity, so we can have more of a positive energy to flow through us, and then we can also be of service and give it to others too. Yeah, so it's a becoming more one with our inner truth, and sharing it also with others. Yeah. So the niyamas, again, are ways of looking at our lives, being mindful, being of an inward nature. Ooh, withdrawal of the senses. Does that sound familiar? One of the 8 limbs. We listen inside. Yeah, to find that truth, to breathe, to listen, to learn from the breath, to learn from our postures. They are our teachers. Yeah. Okay, so with this in mind, let's continue to practice today, being aware of the moment, being aware of contentment, being happy that yes, your leg is up in the air, but yes, it's not. You're lying down and the hamstring stretch, it might not come toward your chest. It might be straight up to the sky. It might not be, but be happy that you even have a leg to to do that with. Absolutely. And remember just to again use your energy wisely, and in that, the third niyama too is the discipline, to take care of yourself in this way. Absolutely. And to be reflecting and to be truthful. Here we go. So yes, lying down if you haven't been already. Oh, a little wiggle room here, that's for sure. Even sitting sometimes can be strainful for some backs. Yay. So a little wiggle room here, a nice stretch right up through the arm and the leg, opening up some new spaces. Maybe you can let go of some of the old, to feel the new. Side to side, let's stretch. Maybe another side to side, other thigh to the chest. Maybe one more time with an inhale and exhale. Let's stretch both arms, both legs to circle. Remember to using the right effort. Another deep breath. And focusing up to the sky. Okay, arms and legs too are focusing up to the sky. Give them a nice shaking up, a shaking out, if you will. Even here too, notice and feel. How does this feel? Does it feel as silly as it did the first time? Maybe not. Maybe it's like, oh yeah, finally we're shaking. Or maybe the vibration. As you know, I usually alternate the two, but you can be shaking for a longer period of time if that feels right for you. Yeah. Or maybe to vibrate a little longer period of a time. Again, I like to shake it all up, alternate. And then arms down to the sky, legs still up there, just for a little cycling of the legs. Get them moving a little bit before we stretch. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to stretch muscles, when they're a little bit warmed up. That's why I usually incorporate that shaking in the vibration too. Or maybe you're practicing at the end of the day and you've already exercised other things and you've been standing all day or walking all day or had a workout at the gym, or maybe it is the first thing in the morning. Wherever and whenever you're practicing, you might even incorporate your own little warm-up if needed. So we're listening more deeply to our bodies. And when we do, we know how and what it needs. So are we still cycling? Yes, we are. Slow or maybe a little faster. Oh, did you reverse the circle, the cycle? No, I didn't. But you might reverse the cycling a little bit. And continuing, cycling. You might go a little faster. Are you breathing? Maybe a little faster or a little slower. Oh, that might feel better. So again, we see and we feel from the skin inward. And then you might shake it out again. Were your legs getting a little tired? Yeah, mine were getting. Feet and arms return to the earth to feel the buzz, the tingling. Yes, energy is moving. You feel it? If not, I would shake out again. And then, And just this. It's amazing. Just this awareness. Just this. I almost was thinking of our meditation that we did the other day. Just this. But just feeling the moment is increasing your awareness. Every time you slow down and listen inside, you might notice you feel a little more. Maybe you didn't feel the buzz or the tingling at first, and now, whoa, you feel it a lot. And also energy is more moving when you bring your attention to it. Energy flows. So I invite you to breathe. Just a slow, deep breath right here, right now. Another wonderful moment in time to connect to the earth energy. With knees bent, feet to the floor, I invite you to wiggle your toes. Inhaling as if you are inhaling earth energy up through the legs, up through your spinal column, which is long, up through the crown, and exhale back down again. Let the energy flow easily down through the spine, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your feet to the earth. And a few more times just to feel the flow. When the energy flows, there's more room for positive healing energy to emerge and to deepen into every cell. So let the energy flow up from the earth through your legs, up through the crown of your head, and exhale back down. Cleansing at a deeper level, maybe from the inside of the bones. I know there's a whole other world inside. And very gently with a new breath. Yeah. Let your body decide, okay, hip stretch sequence coming right up. Yeah, maybe left thigh, maybe right thigh. See which one loves just to come up first. And bringing one thigh of your body's choice to the chest. Maybe stretching the other leg long. And another deep breath. It's just soft. Where are you holding on too tightly today? Might be in your mind. It might be in your legs, your arms, your neck, your back, your hip, your thigh. I invite you to let go now. Letting go, deeper healing. Cupping hand upon the knee, opening to the side. Nice inner thigh stretch there. That leads into the circling of the thigh. Yeah, say hello to your body from the inside out. Going where it feels good. Backing off, yeah, or going a little slower if there's a place of tightness, tension. Reversing when you feel it's ready. When you feel your body is ready. Inhale, exhale, thigh drapes over the chest. Of strength, of courage to awaken. So supporting foot to the earth, rebound energy out through the crown, inhaling. And exhale into the core. Lengthen the neck. Shoulders relax. Maybe foot or leg hover. Maybe arms hover today if you haven't already. So we choose our variations with care. Being content, maybe, can't do that today, but that's okay. I still feel the core working. I still feel the breath bringing in an awakening as you exhale. Courage and confidence. So we see where the arms want to hover. Maybe they can reach way back today. Maybe palms up feels better than palms down. So again, we're mindful. We're choosing what is healthy for us today and be content with that. Another breath when ready. Yeah, we're going to place the foot down. If it was lifted, exhale, roll the back down. A nice roll of the head side to side, just using the right effort. In moderation, not too fast, not too slow, just right. And ankle over the knee. Exhale, let's lift both thighs. If you're able, the bottom foot off the floor, of course. If not, a little pad or a block underneath that bottom foot. And if right ankle is up, let's roll the thighs a little to the left. Left ankle up, roll a little to the right and release out through the hip that is stretching. From the waist out through the hip. Might even visualize more space there. More space for the energy to flow. Releasing the old. That tension. Yeah, remember your issues are in your tissues that hold tight there, so we can release now. Can let go now. Yeah. Maybe a little roll side to side feels good. Rolling the head in the opposite direction of the thighs, or I know some students love to stretch their top leg up to the sky. Oh, another variation that you might like here is to bend both knees and cross the thighs on top of each other. And then as much as you can, bring the feet way out to the side and then draw thighs closer up. That might feel different. You might like that. Your body might say yes. If your body says no, do something less, or maybe go back to ankle over the knee as we started, or with the stretched leg. Yeah, it's all good as long as it feels good. Maybe another breath in any other variation that feels good for you. And then exhale, supporting foot down, yawn this leg up to the sky. Yeah, nice ankle rotation. Say hello to your ankles and all those little muscles in your feet, all those little joints. And being thankful. Yes, that we may have feet to walk with, to stand. Some people don't. To be in gratitude, content of what we do have, even though we might be injured. Whoa. Yeah, be content that maybe you have a leg, to injure. Yeah. Not to be thankful of the injury, but to honor it, to heal, to send good vibes right there. Any injuries you have. We have also, remember, our palming of the hands to heal, to help bring more healing energy to any area. Speaking of any area, we're working this leg here, so we might flex the foot when ready. Assess, how your hamstrings, calves feel. Maybe another shakeout. Oh, quick wrist rub feels good for me today, but maybe the tapping does for you. Or maybe the deep tissue massage. So we are preparing. We're awakening from the inside out. Okay, hamstrings, are you ready? When you're ready, when your hamstrings are ready to straighten again, it might not come up 90 degrees, or it might come even closer toward you, or maybe a little further away. Maybe the knee still needs to bend just a little bit, or maybe you can straighten today. So I invite you to breathe, whether you're using a strap, a gentle clasp, slow, deep breath. Last week, we also incorporated the Ujjayi breath. Do you remember? Yes, I know some of you know it very well, but it's in and out through the nose, mouth stays closed, remember, and you say the word ha as you inhale with the mouth closed, and you say the word ha as you exhale with the mouth closed. And continuing a few more breaths, just with the mouth closed. It does narrow the breath, into the esophagus, your trachea, I should say your trachea, as you breathe. And it makes it more streamlined, brings more heat to the body, and more focus. As you breathe in, saying the word ha, mouth closed. And out. And the breath right there, softening, softening, softening. If that is feeling a little more comfortable this week, you can continue with the Ujjayi breath. Stretching the supporting leg, any variation, of course, pointing foot, flexing. Maybe crossing the midline an inch or two. Today, let's keep that hip down, Get into more of that beginning of that stretch. Maybe opening out to the side. When ready, slowly, slowly, opposite hip down. If you're using the Ujjayi breath, it sounds like the ocean, Darth Vader right there. Maybe the leg up to the sky again. And just a little circle of the leg. We're going to reach it way out to your side a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little baby circle today, not a large circle. A few out and around. Just notice a little bit more of where there is tension. Sometimes we're more into the stretch of it all. And of course, the larger, I guess, the core would be working a little bit more vigorously, but the core is still working here. And then a little circle of the leg. Does that feel? You can even place your hands here. Notice how the core is really working. As you breathe, as you focus inside, feel, breathe. And then just shake out the leg when you are ready to do so. How did the smaller circles feel? I was practicing that over the last day or two, and I noticed, oh, I still feel a nice stretch, even though it's small. So I'd be curious to see how you guys feel too. Okay, 2 feet to the earth. Do you notice any difference? And again, maybe it's just a smooth breath in, a smooth breath out. I'm going to take a nice sigh as I exhale. To reflect, to notice, to feel. And then let's transfer the weight to that foot. Second thigh up and over. Isn't it nice that you're giving your body time to release, to let go? You're cleansing the first niyama, cleanliness. You're breathing, you're letting go of tightness, tension. Bringing in the new. Health and healing with every breath. Stretching your supporting leg long. This gives a little more oomph, doesn't it? And when ready, cupping hand upon the knee, exhaling out to the side. Opposite hip staying down. And a nice circle. Yeah, warming the hip, the muscles up, your lower back releasing. Reversing whenever, or still the pause, or those little erasing movements. You're taking care of yourself. So again, if we're all practicing with this segment of our class, of our semester, and yeah, some of us might be holding out to the side now. Yeah, some of us might be circling very slowly. Maybe some are circling, reversing the circle. And maybe, yeah, or maybe we're moving a little faster today. Notice what is best for you. And gently thigh drapes over the chest, sit up posture, number 1. Yeah. Well, the second time, yeah, okay. And then supporting foot to the earth, wiggle the spine long. Remember to lengthen first on the inhale. The exhale brings us into the posture of courage, of strength, confidence. See where your variation should be, being content with what you can do today. Grateful, yeah. Relaxing the shoulders. And maybe let's roll those shoulders up to the ears and around. Reach around and up to the elbows, or fingers, arms hovered, palms up, palms down. See where they want to hover, alternating maybe both arms to the back wall, or maybe not. Maybe a little Pilates pulse, which I did not mention the first time. That incorporates maybe the Ujjayi breath feels good here. Now it's closed. Or maybe the feels good. But when about ready, yeah, supporting foot down as you inhale. Exhale, roll the back down. And a little roll of the head side to side. And then a full circle leading around with the chin. And reverse. Chin reaching around a big circle. And then ankle over your supporting knee, lifting both thighs out, up, and over. Oh, and we breathe here. Isn't this nice? We're just getting comfortable with our breath. Maybe the Ujjayi breath. Let's take practice for it to feel comfortable and to feel the heat and the focus that it brings. It cleanses. And sometimes the breath that we started with, it's just a different flavor of the breath and the release. It's all good. Breathing slow and deep, even the exhale out through the mouth, if that feels good. I like that too because it relaxes the jaw and I feel this wonderful ripple effect. You might take a few of those breaths, exhaling out through the mouth, and then maybe a few ujjayi breaths. Of course, any variation. Yeah, left ankle up, roll a little to the right, right ankle up, roll a little to the left, keeping the knee out to the side as much as possible. Maybe a little roll side to side. This is like a little baby twist, isn't it? When your head rolls to the opposite side of your thighs. Maybe stretching the supporting leg. See how this feels. Always going where it feels safe. Deep breath. On the other side, I did mention crossing the thighs over each other and the feet way out to the side. You can clasp the shins or your ankles. I cannot demonstrate this very well. You might though. Yeah, if that feels good, then draw thighs up. Yeah, feet way out, crossing the thighs so the knees are in line and the feet way out. That might feel good. If not, yeah, do what does. Oh, another deep breath, releasing out through that hip. That's stretching, yeah. One more breath there, just soften, soften. Melt that tension away. And then gently back to center, supporting foot down to yawn this leg up to the sky with a nice ankle rotation. Rotating, yeah, open the toes, aliven them. Yeah, reversing slowly. Nice deep breath. We're going back to the first circle, first direction. Definitely leaving that up to you. Reversing a few circles, going back in the other way. Yeah. Sometimes your body lets you know, right? Yeah. So we're listening to our bodies. Yay. And when about ready, when your body says time to flex, flex that foot heel, reaches to the beautiful blue sky. Assess, yeah, maybe shake out again, or that quick brisk rub, or the tapping, all the way down inner outer heel, knee, maybe back and front of the knee if you're tapping, the sides and the back and the front. Maybe a little of that deep tissue that really does bring more blood flow. And also, as I've mentioned in other classes about the scar tissue, yeah, this helps bring a little more circulation there too. So are you ready to let go even deeper? Okay. So whether you're clasping gently or using a strap, or maybe you can clasp the first two fingers and thumb around that big toe, but relax your shoulders. Yeah, whether you're taking the ujjayi breath or your slow, deep breath in through the nose or maybe out through the mouth. Can you feel your ribs expanding in all directions? Sometimes with the ujjayi breath, yeah, your ribs do expand even kind of on their own to get that deep breath going. Yeah, feel the back breathe. Feel the letting go. Softening, maybe stretching the supporting leg. Exhaling, maybe longer. And when ready, maybe a little cross over the midline. Yeah, see how that feels. We're keeping the hip down today, right? Yeah. Well, just notice, feel the difference, just a few inches. It's amazing. For my body, anyway. So let's open out to the side when ready. And make sure you have enough room. Again, opposite hip staying down. Yeah. Inner thigh. Letting go. And then when you're ready to bring it back up to the sky, you're going to take that little circle, a little baby circle today. Just to notice, feel, just even that difference. Doesn't have to be very large, does it? Maybe next time we'll do the large circle again. And then a few circles in the counterclockwise direction. Yeah, maybe a little higher. Yeah. Another deep breath. And when ready, let's shake out legs and arms once again. Another deep breath. And both feet back to the earth. Feeling the buzz. Preparing for bridge. So feet to the earth, open those toes, long spine to scoop it on up on the inhale. As high as it feels comfortable and roll it on down with your exhale. Still lengthening. Pressing down into the feet, scoop it on up. Maybe the arms can lift up with you. And the exhale, slowly lowering, lengthening. See how articulate each vertebra can be. And the more that we are aware from the inside, then the more we learn and feel to where we need maybe to, give yourself a nice hug. Yeah, before you roll over all the way down. Remember, maybe the upper back needs a little more massage here in the letting go of back of the heart where resentment may hide, little anger. Yeah, letting go, releasing the tension there. Or maybe the lower back needs a little more awareness, but we massage the buttocks, fist facing face up, remember, and roll the knees side to side. Oh, you can move the knuckles around, find another place. Yeah. Are you breathing? Yeah, good. And then is it time to strengthen? Yeah, a little more in the strengthening phase of the bridge to scoop it on up high as it can go. It, meaning your body, with ease. Inner thighs active here. Again, knees over ankles, hopefully. Yeah. Maybe roll the palms upward or interlace fingers, shoulder blades a little closer together in chest expansion. Lift the heart. Lifting the heart. Heart lifted. Breathing into your heart. Compassion, love, gratitude. And then, of course, any other variation. If you need a little support for the arms, palms down as you lift maybe one foot off or the other. You can alternate these variations. If it does feel good lifting off, again, ankle over the knee might feel good. You can take a few breaths here, keeping hips level. Maybe change to the other side. Or remember, we also stretch the leg. Some people like to lift it higher or 45 degrees. But keep pressing down in the supporting leg. Changing to the other side when ready. Keep the breath going. Your breath is supporting you, keeping you strong. Yeah, I'm going back the ankle over the knee or higher. Now, this might lead also when both feet return to the earth, a higher arch. Some of us might actually support the pelvis, elbows straight down. Yeah, I cannot. I'm just making the cup of hand as if my pelvis was right there. Yeah, still, yeah, keep inner thighs active. You can shift also here too, the weight to one foot. So then the other leg might be able to lift off the floor and stretch to the sky. Yeah, stretch to the sky. So again, we have different variations for different folks. But eventually, palms down, and we're going to roll it on down again. Thighs to the chest. Oh, the bridge is such a nice warm up for the wheel. For those that are going into the wheel, by all means, continue. For those that are attempting to do it as I am. I'll go through all the indications. And then for those maybe that know that they're not or not able to at this time, the bridge is amazing. Just rolling up, rolling down, continuing to move up and down through the bridge. Real people or almost real people. Yeah, we might, everybody actually, yes, interlace fingers are going to warm up our wrists. And then the elbows get involved. This is a wonderful warm up even before your whole practice. And then you can reverse. Nice deep breath here. And then, yeah, let's place the hands by our shoulders, with fingertips pointing toward the shoulders. Feet in a little bit more. That does help. And yeah, if you're able, which I'm not, but I'm going to do as much as I can to be content with what you can have. Yeah, intent, the second niyama, yay. Okay, so we're going to scoop it on up on the inhale. Some of us might need to exhale as we press down into the hands. Lift the navel to the sky, pressing down into the feet, the hands. Nice deep breath here. Any other variation? Another deep breath. But when ready, yeah, exhale to come on down. Roll first through the upper back, chin in, and then middle back, lower back, pelvis. Very invigorating. Remember, the wheel posture helps to balance also all our major energy centers. So it is a nice deep breath. All right. Speaking of spinal twisting, that helps also for cleanliness, our first niyama, cleanliness from the inside. Our breath helps to cleanse, spinal twist, wring out the toxins. So we can go into our reclining spinal twist two ways, as I mentioned. One is our newer way, I guess, arms out to the side. Inhale and exhale, just roll the thighs over as you look in the opposite direction. Or you might go how we used to do this, the original way, I guess, is to roll to the side, reaching top arm. We're going to open the book into our spinal twist. It does feel differently. If both ways feel good for you, well, good for you for noticing. But yeah, it does feel a little different if you start your twist from the waist up, or as I was demonstrating at first, or you're starting your twist from the waist down. Yeah, so again, we see where it all feels good. Eventually, yes, knees in one direction, back arm in focus in the other. If that was confusing, you can rewind the recording and see it again. So tailbone, crown, reaching away. Feel the deep breath cleansing. Cleansing negativity, cleansing tension, tightness, letting go. Maybe another leg variation feels good, crossing just one knee over, or that wonderful L shape. Yeah, that stretches a little differently. Relax the jaw. Even if you're using the Ujjayi breath here, still relax the jaw. Another slow exhale. When ready, yeah, we're going to bring thighs again to the chest. A little roll side to side, kind of bring neutrality back before we take your other side. Now, before you do take the other side, yeah, decide how you're going to go into it. You're going to come into it from the waist down. As such, exhaling, arms out to the side and roll the thighs over. Or you're going to roll your whole body over, as we originally were doing it. In either case, yeah, We're going to open that top arm. See where that back arm needs to be. A little lower, a little higher. Still align, visualize. Tailbone, crown reaching away from each other. Maybe other hand at the thigh, the knee. Deep breath. Visualizing again the cleanliness, the release of any tight, long neck. Relax the jaw. See where your legs would like to go. Maybe just crossing the one knee over. Gives a little more spiral, a little more twist, wringing out the toxins. Or maybe the L shape of your legs, if you have room. But again, just a few more breaths in any variation you're choosing. Yeah, lengthen. Breathe. Let your internal organs love this. Allow them to feel the breath. Letting go a little deeper now, and a little deeper. Another inhale. And either roll all the way over to that side again to come back to neutral, or just lift those thighs up. Back to rolling on your back, thighs to the chest, a little circle around. And we're going to roll to one side and come up to our seated posture. Finally, huh? Yeah. Sitting tall, tailbone rooted to the earth. We've twisted, we've stretched our legs, maybe a little side stretching. Yeah. So let's take maybe a nice wide angle. Okay. So of our legs, you might lift up and stretch out to the heels, balls of the feet, point the toes for a side stretch today. Just this might be a nice stretch. So knees are straight up to the sky, toes pointed, flex, all good. We're going to lift up tall first on the inhale. Exhale out and over. Say hello to this side. Try to keep the undersides long too. Nice deep breath. Soften on the exhale. Your inhale might be so large that you come out of the edge. And then you can exhale back into it. Maybe it's a new edge. We just use the right effort. We go slowly. We listen. We breathe. Maybe a little incline forward. That might change the stretch a bit. Just that little bit. Reaching out to all your fingers. Your thumb is connected to the energy of in Chinese medicine, it is connected to the energy of your stomach and of the energy of worry, actually, spleen and stomach. So we release them. We release the pointer finger, related to kidney of fear and bladder. We release middle finger of liver, of anger, release. The lung of your ring finger, the lung and large intestine, releasing sadness, grief. Heart, they say, of energy out to the pinky finger, more of comparing, letting go of comparing yourself and being more intent, actually, right? Content, which is the second niyama, content of what we have and what we are. When we breathe, slowly coming up to center, exhale. And you just thought you were stretching out through each finger. Actually, there's a practice, I think it is in your health toolbox too, of actually holding on to each finger, feeling the pulse there for a few moments. Each one to release the worry, release the fear, release the anger, the comparison, the sadness, grief. Yeah. Keep that energy moving, bringing in more peace, more harmony, more trust, more faith. So, other side, how does it feel? We're pausing, we're reflecting. How does that feel? One side or the other? Nice. And inhale to lengthen. Exhale out and over. Such a nice stretch. Opening, releasing, reaching out to each finger. Maybe a little incline forward. Keeping knees to the sky. Nice deep breath here. And soften. Lengthen out of the waist. Maybe a little deeper with a breath. And exhaling longer, longer. Letting go deeper, deeper. Sometimes your inhale might be so fast, you might come up out of the edge, and then you can exhale into it. Find a new edge. Why not? Exploration. Our whole yoga practice is an exploration. There's not a destination. It's the journey that is so amazing. Enjoy the journey of it all. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the moment. And when about ready, we're going to inhale halfway up and exhale the other half. And just wiggle the legs beneath you. And coming to hands and knees. Or actually, if you will, coming to elbows. Okay, let's come to elbows for cat breath today. You might notice a little more movement in the spine when you're to elbows. We're going to exhale, navel in, pushing down still, shoulders over elbows, I do believe. Yeah, mine are there. I don't know. Yeah. This is when mirrors come in handy. Exhale. Push down. If you draw that navel way up and in, drop the head, the tail. Inhale to lengthen from your navel center into the arch. Exhale. How does this feel? A little different, isn't it, than when you're on your hands? Another deep breath, exhaling, rounding the spine, navel up and in. Inhale to lengthen as you're lengthening, lifting the heart here as much as you're able. And then one more time, exhale. And inhale. And then coming to your hands and knees. And just to bring your right foot forward or left, actually one foot forward in a low lunge. Fingertips in line with the toes, knee over ankle. Yes, this is our low lunge as we see in our sun salutation. We're going to inhale, lifting the heart. And then exhale, looking down. Navel in. And again, drop the tailbone to the earth, then the pelvis between the knees. And exhale. And now for a variation, we might come to actually hands to the knee, but still not to back up. We're still low. Yeah, tailbone still reaching down. We might actually lift an arm or two, palms unite. If this feels good, you might even lift the heart into an inhale. And exhale, palms to the heart. Another arm variation that might feel good is interlace fingers behind you if you're able. If not able, just reach them back. If you're able, interlace fingers, shoulders down, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale to lift. And exhale to release. And fingertips. That might be a little different. Absolutely. So let's change sides, shall we? Okay. One other foot forward, other leg way back. So your knee is over your ankle. Fingertips in line with the toes. And let's just get a nice stretch here as you sink a little further the pelvis down. Exhaling. Inhaling to lift the heart, looking up. Exhale, soften. Inhale to look up. And then if you wish, a hand on either side of the knee, hands on either side of the knee. Again, not to push back. We sink or straight down. And if this is feeling good, you might lift one arm. And if that feels good, both palms unite. Relax the shoulders. If it feels good, you lift the heart, arching, but still sinking. Yeah. Another deep breath. Palms then come to the heart. Exhale. Maybe arms reaching back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Shoulders down, squeeze shoulder blades or interlace fingers, chest expansion arms to lift the arms here. Lifting if you're able. Another deep breath. And exhale to release. Fingertips down. And then let's come back into, I guess, our down dog. Yeah. Time to get it moving up here. So let's bend both knees, your downward facing dog. Just stretch the arms, stretch the tailbone higher to where the ceiling meets the wall and walk dog. Another deep breath. And then from here today, we're going to go to wide angle dog. Nice stretch through the legs, the arms, the back. Let the neck be free. Another deep breath here. And then walk the hands back, clasping ankles. X. Check out the head. And all those crazy thoughts, just any negativity, yeah, let it go to the earth to be recycled. And today, let's just wiggle those feet in and out, in and out. Forward fold to roll up through the spine, slowly, slowly, slowly. Coming to our standing posture, finally. Standing tall on our own 2 feet. Wow. Yeah, open those toes. Tailbone dropped, crown of the head high, palms facing upward to inhale from the earth energy, helping your digestion. Exhaling, softening the knees, palms down. Inhale. Again, bringing in the healing energy. Exhale, releasing all tension. Let it go back to the earth. Once again, inhale. And exhale. From the earth, stability, support, all the way up to the crown, connecting to us of all there is, to our higher values. We inhale. One more time, palms facing upward. It just seems to just talk to me. Exhale. Yeah, very nice. Feet a little further apart for embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. So we exhale first, as you remember, to the earth for stability, for support. Backs to the hands, inhaling up from the heart. We exhale. Loving energy. And then inhale into your power, into your courage. And coming back to the earth for stability, for support, peacefulness. Coming to the heart. Living our higher values, living in our truth. We open. We expand. We share it with the world. One more time, exhale. It's kind of like connecting heaven to the earth to heaven from the heart. We live, we breathe, we open wide, and we come back home to our center. Another deep breath here and into the balance of it all, preparing for a new balance, preparing for it today. standing on one leg. So what do? We stand on 2 feet first, right? Find your focus. We're going to shift the weight to one foot. The other thigh is coming to the chest. Other thigh coming to the chest. And we breathe. It might feel a little more imbalance if actually your opposite arm is out to the side. And then you might bring the other leg that's lifted up to the side. So we're opening that inner thigh. And then we bring that thigh back, both hands, if you wish. Return, and then back to all 2 feet. Yeah, so we did this stretch lying down, didn't we? The thigh to the chest. So now we know what we're doing. Let's take the other side. So we find our focus. We shift, bringing thigh to the chest, helping with balance. Other arm maybe out to the side. Still rooting down, lengthening upward. Easy breath, easy focus. When ready, you might open this leg out to the side. Still cupping the hand on the knee. Another deep breath here. And then exhale, bring it back to center and back to 2 feet. How'd that feel? Back to 2 feet for a little Qigong bounce, helping our immune system, helping our lymph. Our lymph does not have a heart to pump through our body. Yeah, so we move, we breathe, we exercise, we take care of ourselves and our self-discipline. Make sure we get enough rest, exercise, good nutritious food. Yeah, discipline. Yeah, the third. Niyama. Okay. Oh, let's open out wide, shall we? And just because I feel like I need a nice stretch, although I know maybe next class we'll take Warrior 1, but Warrior 2 is talking to me. Maybe it's talking to you too. So let's open our, maybe this is your left. Yeah, your left toes out to the left, maybe a little wider today. We did do a nice wide ankle stretch and our side stretch on the floor. And a wide angle forward fold. So yeah, we're warmed up. We're ready to go to reach and inhale. Lengthening these arms, letting them float. Exhale, stretching both legs, gazing softly. Yeah, this has to lead into a nice stretch up high into reverse warrior. See where the bottom arm should be. Nice deep breath. Another side stretch, truly, isn't it? Relax the shoulders, or see where they are. Another deep breath. And to release, turning to the other side. Looking at our time here. Back toes, remember, angled in a little bit too. Leveling the waist. And float the arms. Not even lift. They're floating. Using the least amount of effort. Yeah. No effort. Yeah. Do your little dance. And exhale. Easing softly. And maybe palms up. How's that feel? Pinkies reaching up. Or down. Reversing the warrior. Lengthening. Breathing. Feeling the strength here, but feeling the gentleness here. Another deep breath. And exhale. And just wiggle the toes in and out, in and out. And just a little more vigor before we return to the earth of the Psycho Calisthenics of just what we've done before. We've done 6 circling inwards and exhale out through the mouth in 6 increments. And then let's stretch the arms, open fingers, and circle. The elbows stay bent here. The circling right now is before you. It doesn't go out to the sides. Okay, so the first 6 increments in. If you get dizzy, breathe normally. Yeah, hang your head down. Absolutely. Relax the elbows. Exhale, sniffing in 6 times incrementally with a and a and a and a. One more time. And a. Slow, deep breath in. For the arms, open fingers, bend elbows. Ready to sniff in 6 inhales incrementally. Start low. And 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6. Reverse the circle and circle in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, we need a slow, deep breath. Integration breath. Interlacing fingers. Integrating right side, left side, yin, yang. We inhale, slowly sniffing in. Elbows bend. Exhale. All the stale air. Bringing the feet together for our squatting balance to the earth. Exhale. Balancing on the toes if you can, all the way. Shoulders over the hips. Into the squat. So your hips are very close to your heels here as much as you can if your knees are okay. Closing eyes if you need more challenge. Balancing. And then today, let's just come to our, hips. Sitting, we're gonna rock on back. Stretch those legs up to the sky for the shuffle. Next time, maybe I'll talk you through the shoulder stand. If the shoulder stand is not going well or contraindicated, shuffle, here we go, is always here for you. There's always something else we can practice. So this could be wide or way far apart or just a little shuffle, flexing feet, easy breath. It feels good just to breathe in and out slowly after the cyclic breath, Psycho Cal. There's other practices of the Psycho Calisthenics that's not so vigorous, but those two are, absolutely. So here we breathe, we're shuffling, and then ready to just shake it all about. Feet back to the earth, and breathe slow and deep. For those that would like to take just a little bit of alternate nostril breathing, you might just close your right nostril, first 2 fingers resting on the forehead, and just, again, breathe in through the left first. To close, open right, exhale. Slowly, we breathe in through the right. We close the right nostril, exhale out through the left. Inhaling into the left. More calm, more peace. Close left, exhale right. Inhaling right. A little more energy to balance. Close right, open left, exhale. You can continue or relax both arms down wherever they feel comfortable. And we breathe. We breathe to be in the moment. We breathe for our health. We clear away negativity. We clear away tension, toxin. We let go now. It's time to let go now at a deeper level. And just notice as you breathe. Notice the exhale, maybe a gentle sigh. Yeah. We listen. Maybe listen between the breaths. Yeah, teaching us so much. Teaching us to breathe maybe a little slower, a little deeper, as we let go of any tension in our face, your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, your jaw. Letting go now. It's time. Letting go of any tension in your neck. Some say anger is held in the back of the neck, tears are withheld in front. So release neck tension. Let the neck be free. Your shoulders relaxing now. Breathe, let the energy flow through your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. All your fingers, yeah. Through your thumb, your forefinger, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky. Yeah, let the energy flow. Be balanced, to bring peace, harmony. Your hands, your arms, an extension of your heart. Let the back breathe now. Softening. Let go now. Feel all your internal organs so beautifully functioning with ease as you breathe into them. Releasing again toxins, tension. So now the pelvis can relax. As the pelvis relaxes, notice the energy can flow more easily through your hips, your knees, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Your legs are in extension, and the pelvis, as they reach down into the earth, your legs support you. They bring in also from the earth energy, then up through the feet, up through the legs, up through your spinal column, up through the crown chakra. Maybe a beautiful white light shining around you. Let the exhale release more deeply. Your skin relax, your muscles, your bones inside the bone. It's time. In this very moment, with this very breath, for your healing at the deepest level. Feel it, breathe it. Be this healing, be this truth at such a deep level. As you now continue to surrender to this posture of relaxation. And I invite you to breathe, allowing every cell to remember a more peaceful, calmful way of being content, releasing all the negativity. Being in the moment, reflecting and surrendering. Tension at the deepest level, to heal at the deepest level. And when you're about ready, a little wiggle of fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles, stretching arms and legs. Feeling just a little, maybe more at home as we come back home to our center. More peace, more calm, right there. And a little roll to one side, coming to your seated posture for one more breath all together. Rooting to the earth. Crown of the head high to the beautiful blue sky. Inhaling to scoop the energy from the earth and around us and above us, bringing it into perfect harmony back home to our hearts. I thank you and namaste. Thank you all for being so patient and understanding in this, again, online format. And any questions, let me know. We're coming up to the home stretch a bit. Any needing to submit any late assignments, please do. Of course, I'm accepting them. Keep them coming if need be. And let me know of any questions. So I thank you and namaste. Take care. Take care.